What caused you to stop believing in Santa? If you stop, did I?
Oh my god, you spoiled it for her. She's totally.
I was just thinking about when I found out.
Sorry.
It's nice when we actually have weather that feels like winter, and for us that just means rain, you know?
A little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of sort of relaxing, catching up with people.
It's really like comforting, and then it's sort of family vibes, and we got to all sit together and eat. It's a lot of food, it's a lot of family members, it's a lot of people, it's a lot of kids.
It's like a different level of connection because like you're just more comfortable.
Like starting to listen to Christmas carols, seeing Christmas trees go up and lights and things like that, like a collective reminder of the holidays. For Christmas, we usually just go to my mom's house for Christmas Eve. Her fireplace isn't functional, so she turns on the fire log on the TV.
My family lives scattered throughout, so I'll try and visit at least just so I can reconnect with them. It's a good excuse for me to see my family because they live so far away.
My family usually has like a family dinner, like for Thanksgiving. Instead of buying an actual turkey, we get like a Costco chicken, rotisserie chicken. Christmas, it's like an actual, another rotisserie chicken basically.
When we decorate our Christmas tree, instead of putting a star on the tree, we usually put the Grinch on the top of the tree. We didn't have a Christmas tree star, so we just decided to improvise one year, and the Grinch has been on the top of our tree since. My sister's birthday is right before Christmas, so for her birthday, my cousins got her like a set of ornaments like they made just for her. So there were like these 4 like really big ornaments, and they put pictures of her face and just like family or like them together, and then they like put glitter on it, and like I think they used nail polish to like cover like it and give it some color.
I have a stepbrother and stepsister who are 8 and 9 years younger than me, and I was tasked with wrapping all of their gifts. I remember I was like, I remember when my dad would write like from Santa or from Rudolph and on some of the gifts, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that for them, but then I didn't think about it, and I put the wrapped gifts that said those things under the tree like weeks before Christmas.
I was with my mom when she bought a present for my brother.
I woke up because I couldn't like sleep, you know, because like, oh my god, it's Christmas. Then I walk into my parents' room, right, because I see the lights on, and then I see them wrapping the presents.
I like remember her wrapping it.
And like handwriting the cards, like that's Santa.
And the night of Christmas, I went to go see the gifts laid out by Santa, and it was the same thing.
And then they looked at him and they're like, hey.
So in the morning, I was like, hey.
And so I think it like ruined Santa for my brother and sister.
Kind of sad, but like, at least I still get presents.
One year my parents forgot to buy gifts. They told me, oh, you've been too naughty this year, so Santa hasn't brought you any gifts. I mean, that's like kind of when my childhood ended, so.
I've sadly not really tried to keep up the myth of it for my own son. I never really like just said there's no Santa to him, like that's cruel. But I didn't really like force the lie, I just felt weird about it.
It was kind of unrealistic to have this dude flying around in reindeer, dropping off presents.
We never like actually talked about Santa or like believed in Santa because it's pretty funny because my mom said if I'm going to buy a present, I'm going to take the credit for spending the money. I'm not going to give the credit to some dude who doesn't exist. I've always felt like gifts are more meaningful when you give it to someone else instead of like a magical figure who doesn't know anyone.
One of my cousins thought he was a prankster and he gave me a toothbrush. I was pretty mad, but he got, I think it was like a hair lotion or something like that, so he wasn't too happy either.
One year I got a bottle of lotion. Pretty random, pretty funny, just opening your present and just seeing like a bottle of scented lotion.
I remember when I got my first bike. And so that was exciting because it's like this big thing, you know, that's like your gift. I remember the terror of trying to learn to ride it and all of that.
When I was younger, probably like 8 years old, I lived in a very small town in Vermont and didn't have a football team. And I really liked football. And my parents, knowing that, bought me like football gear. Even though there was no team and there was no one to play with. I bought a helmet, like shoulder pads, like the thigh pads, like the whole get up, the outfit, everything. And then I just spent the entire day. It's kind of sad in a way because I didn't really have anyone just like catching the ball like in like gear, but not really playing with anyone, just throwing it around with my dad.
My stepmom was super into every holiday. Like every Christmas, she would have a new theme for the Christmas tree. And I remember one year it was like a Victorian themed like decorations. I was in such awe of all the elaborate efforts that she put into everything. She grew up in Oregon, and I remember going, once they moved back to Oregon, going with them, and they would go to like huge Christmas tree farms and cut down their Christmas tree, and we'd get into like the hay, I don't know what, the wagon or whatever, and they would drive us to a certain patch of the Christmas tree farm, and like we'd get cocoa and cider and like just make a whole day of it. That was so memorable to me, and I loved it. It was just like this wonderful experience. So when I realized like there's a bunch of Christmas tree farms in the Santa Cruz Mountains, I started doing that with my husband and son every year.